The dog is all riled up, so you're going to have to just deal with his pitter-patter of his feet and his barking in this episode. So, 2-week hiatus, we're back. I should say Johnny's back. He's been down in the world while we've been all sitting here working in our daily boring lives. So what do you got? Anything good? Anything good from this trip? Any good takeaways? We rode Flight of Passage, I know that, so...
We did that twice for the first time. First time twice. It was good. What did we do? We were just very busy with a group of 14 for the beginning of the trip. It was very hurry up and go somewhere and wait. Because we had one kid, one that couldn't go on a lot of the rides. He's only 2, so you had to do the swaps. But once we kind of got settled in, everything moved along as normal. Nothing crazy. Just what was different for us?
And there he is.
Yeah. Just doing the other side of Epcot now with the stones. It was nice to walk in, that right side being open. It was different walking in with the, all wide open. You couldn't get the good shot from head on though with your photos.
And that brings me to a question now. So how is there a lot of construction walls up on in Epcot in general now?
There was those, and then there was that path you take when you're over. By journey into your imagination there, you can't cut to World Showcase there. You got to kind of go around and cut through.
Oh yeah, I heard that.
What is it, Club Cool there, which was fine because we got we got a nice little video of my kids trying the Beverly, which was they were all excited to drink something, but it turned out pretty good.
I would like to have seen that.
What else? Yeah, that was really the only construction there. They started putting out the booths and stuff.
I heard they're gonna. I guess it's just widen. I heard they're just gonna widen that pathway.
Yeah, because they were doing.
Imagination.
Yeah, because you could see dirt piles, so they were moving earth. So.
That's what I heard. Get a better flow of traffic through there.
Yeah, I was a little. I was just a little disappointed because we were over. Where were we? We were over by the seas when when World Showcase opened. So I was kind of pushing to get over there to start the drinking tour, so had to just go around.
How'd you guys make out with that? Everybody get home? Everybody walking when the day was over?
Yeah, I think I was the only successful day of. Sarah.
Wait a minute.
Well,
Justin didn't make it around the wall.
No, he was being a good boy, being with his family and doing.
Justin,
they were kind of jumping around. He did most of them. Sarah was too short, so we went back another day. So she technically finished, but it doesn't really count.
No, it doesn't count.
So what I did is
it does not count.
I drank all of them, and then I figured it's still early. I went and did doubled in three more countries. So see, they could add 3 more countries, and I'd still be perfectly fine.
This guy's going around the world and back again. How many hours did you do the whole? Like pretty much, did you spread it through the whole day, or did you?
Yeah, we started around like 11:30.
Oh, there you go.
And kind of just walked, here, there. We had to go back to another fast pass somewhere else. But it was just kind of, I needed something, so I ran over and got something. That was there. Magic Kingdom was the only things there were they were ripping up they had construction right before you got into the bag check. They were ripping up the little pavers, and rode the monorail a few times, so we got a nice view of the Tron roller coaster, which looks like it's coming along pretty quick.
I saw some pics.
Yeah, and
not yours, but
the People Mover, we get to see it up there from there too. What is different from last time? The only thing, I don't know I don't remember, but Spaceship Earth, was there always projections? Like as much as there seem to be more projections in there as far as I remember, with stars and comets and stuff.
Yeah, my last few. Yeah, they've been doing that for a while.
Okay, so that was a little different. I didn't notice a big smell at the Speedway. That was not too bad. It was more hot than smelly there for me, at least. Maybe the wind was blowing that day. I don't know.
Well, they just finished refurbing that, so that might have something to do with that.
Maybe. So
I don't know.
no, other than that, everything was, pretty much
The same.
the same as I remember. I was very happy I got to go to, my God, the Tower of Terror. I thought with the, the one side being shut down, it said a 40-minute wait, so we jumped in line. It was only like 20 minutes. So I think a lot of the set times I thought were a lot shorter, except for like, I didn't go on Slinky Dog, but my stepbrother and his family did. Whatever it said, they waited that amount of time. But a lot of rides it said 30, 40 minutes, but it only ended up being 20, 25. So I think they're definitely inflating that for.
Yeah, that's the thing now. Just in general, I think, and I can always, like, a lot of times I go so much now too. Sometimes you can almost tell. Is it like 40 minutes? You look like,
it wasn't too bad.
Not gonna be 40 minutes.
I found at least we waited. Usually we tend to just go to the shorter lines as most people do, but we waited a little longer in places, but they seem to move a lot faster. Same in Everest, we stayed for the end of the night and there was no wait. And Spaceship Earth, you go walk in and it's 30, 40 minutes and just wait 5 minutes at the end. The one thing I did notice, you had mentioned on Living with the Land, you were complaining about those screens in that one section before you get into the greenhouses.
Yeah.
So it's new now.
I know. That's funny.
Which
you said
I
that.
did
Someone took a video of it. I said, there it is.
Because we were going through it and I'm like, this looks a lot nicer. Like, this looks different. So that, they got the big screens now and they have new video. It's a lot brighter. I mean, it's still just screens, but the video's new and,
We're taking steps in the right direction.
Yeah, so it's kind of almost like that circle vision type thing. It's not around you, but the screens are all connected. It looks a lot nicer.
See, someone listened to our podcast.
Yeah, geez, and they quick turnaround.
Possibly, a prominent Imagineer is sitting there listening to our podcast and was like, I gotta get on that. I can't.
Yeah, right away. They
can't have the both.
Knew I was coming to check it out.
Disappointed in that. And they heard me talking about your trip. They're like, we gotta make sure we get down there for get that fixed before he gets down there. Anyway.
But it was mostly, not so much has changed since I've been there last, but it was just, I know I have another trip coming, so it's kind of, that one will be a little, it's short for me, but it'll be nice to.
Yeah, but that Friday's going to be awesome.
It'll be nice to be kidless. Oh, yes.
And kidless. And we were just talking, there's an outside shot that maybe we may make another trip down there too. But we won't talk about that yet until we see the details. But anyway, so you're back, which means you didn't die of alcohol poisoning around the world, so that's good.
No. Stayed out of the water.
Yeah, and this cold opening has gone way too long. With that said, let's get to the show. And Sarah, step up your drinking around the world game next time. I'm very disappointed in you. What's up, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Quick Diz Takes Podcast. We've been on a little hiatus, as I mentioned, in the cold opening, and so it's good to be back, and coincidentally great to be back for this particular weekend, because we are sitting here on Sunday the 25th of August, and we have just gotten all the D23 news, so we are happy to discuss. Before we get to that, though, real quick, we've had a significant jump in views, subscribers. We have passed the 1,000 subscriber mark. We are on the cusp of a 1,500 subscriber mark. We just celebrated 200 like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah. So,
once again, thanks to everybody for that. We really appreciate it. Almost 3,000 views on last podcast. So that's kind of exciting. And I've noticed we picked up subscribers on iTunes as well. I've been noticing we got some more ratings on there. Some I know people that did it, but other ones I don't know where they came from. So that's cool. So thanks for all that. And also, real quick, I mentioned on Twitter that we will be doing a little Cruella de Vil, I'm sorry, I got a little glare here, pop vinyl giveaway. So when you watch this episode, like it, leave a comment. If you haven't subscribed already, which I assume you have if you're watching, but if you haven't, subscribe, and you'll be eligible, and we will send out the package to the winner. We will announce the winner on Twitter after Labor Day. So check that out and do that for a chance to win the Cruella de Vil. It's actually a pretty cool pop vinyl. I almost hate to give it away. Anyway, more importantly, D23. So Friday, we'll start with Friday. We got, unfortunately, ended up being the most exciting night of the week, really. The weekend was, I was just sitting there waiting for, I think most of us, a lot of us that listen and do this, we're waiting for the theme park stuff. And we'll get to that. But, biggest takeaway from, or most exciting thing that Disney Plus is going to bring you?
It's obvious that Hilary Duff's coming back as Lizzie McGuire. I mean,
oh God, what Scott said
it's
too.
very exciting because she's such a big movie star and busy, and she's finding the time to fit this in now.
I'm probably going to watch that though.
I mean, I was that.
Good for
I
Hilary
was
Duff.
the
She
age
still
to
looks great.
watch that show, but
Still looks great.
I wish they'd bring back Even Stevens, but
well, I mean, I
sure.
mentioned the screens. The screens came to
maybe
fruition.
yes.
Send it into the atmosphere, Johnny. You never know who's listening.
But I would probably say the Star Wars stuff for me personally was the bigger takeaway, with finally seeing the trailer for The Mandalorian, which looks really
freaking amazing,
really good. Because you're watching it and it's like and then the thing that got it for me was I was watching the trailer, and the second you hear that blaster noise is like when it hit it for me with that the Star Wars, and it looks like it's not your typical Star Wars type thing, more of a that more I don't know, it just seems different in the.
They said
they have that long form to tell it instead of condensing it into the movie and then telling it over a series of
have
movies.
Like this
but
Western feel I'm hearing, which I kind of seen.
Yeah,
in the
it definitely
trailer,
looked it.
which is cool. And it had Carl Weathers in it.
Yeah.
So I mean, if you got Apollo Creed and Chubbs in there, and then don't forget Gus from Breaking Bad in there.
Yeah, well, that was you definitely, when you saw him standing there, I get that Gus vibe very much.
So that's cool.
And we find out there's a Breaking Bad movie coming out soon too, and that.
Yeah, I hope they don't. I hope that's not overdoing it, but we'll see when that comes out.
No, but that, and then we've heard the rumors about Ewan McGregor, but it was nice that they finally.
That's what I was gonna get at here.
They finally made it official, which is big because.
I was pumped.
He was the best part of all three of the prequels, and it's very cool that he, over the years he had still mentioned he'd want to play it and do it, and it's just
it's awesome.
Yeah, it should be good.
And I tweeted out that that night I was like, I'll Disney, I'll pay $6.99 a month. Just give me the Obi-Wan show. I'm good.
Yeah, right.
I mean, I'd pay for that. That was. We've talked about this on the show before. We're not really, really big Marvel people, but if you are, you got content. You got content coming out the wazoo on this thing. Ms. Marvel, She-Hulk, Loki, Jeremy Renner's character there. I can't think of his name. Hawkeye,
and the Falcon, and Winter Soldier.
I mean,
I
might be missing one or two.
WandaVision.
And
there was another one I didn't know.
Oh, the What If.
The What If seems
kind of cool.
And then there was that other when they announced the Moon something. I didn't even know who that.
Moon Knight,
I don't
which
know
I heard is
that
like Marvel's kind of version of Batman, which I've never heard of him though.
No.
But man, they have a ton of that stuff coming out,
and
I'm sure plenty more on the way. But that all that alone, just seeing like the Lady and the Tramp trailer, the Anna Kendrick trailer, was it Noelle? Was that what that was called? I see that kind of stuff. I'm thinking to myself, if they're gonna give us that every year, things like that, especially like Noelle. I like the idea of like a good kind of like family comedy Christmassy movie. Like I can see Disney that being like a yearly thing with them. They're always kind of giving you something like that.
Yeah.
Which is always good. I heard they're remaking Home Alone for Disney Plus. I'm sure one year that's going to be a thing. So all that stuff just seems cool and well worth it. You get 4 subscribers. I'm sorry, 4 people can watch at a time, 7 profiles. So, I mean, people are going to probably share this.
Yeah.
Let's face it.
And I mean, yeah, at the price point, it's
Yeah, how do you beat it? And then, like, you
yeah.
can package it for the $12.99 if you want, which is, I'm sure a lot. I might even actually try that. We'll see. Worst case scenario, $6.99 is a no-brainer. Plus all your backlog, all your Disney movies.
yeah. What they say every movie basically.
Yeah, and I'm wondering, and there may be an answer out there that I just haven't seen, but when Frozen comes out, right? So it makes its theater run, and then it's available on digital and all that stuff. I wonder if that goes right to the streaming service that day, or if that's going to be a delay on that, or how that's going to work.
Yeah, because we're not going to really get the full effect of it now because they not every Marvel movie is going to be on there because they still have the contracts with other things. So we won't. I guess we won't. What will maybe Frozen might be the first one, or maybe like the Lion King one.
We're gonna have all the Star Wars movies on there.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of which Disney movie that's come out,
and then
it's
like the newest one.
Yeah, like maybe Lion King. We'll find out then when that comes digital. That might be like one of the first ones to see.
That might be digital before it even launches.
Yeah, maybe.
Though. I don't know.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. Or Toy Story, maybe one of those two, probably.
I would imagine. If I had to guess, I would say they're probably going to just coincide to make people want to subscribe.
Probably.
And if that's the case, then it's just that much more awesome. So right now they're kind of doing their thing and making their own little splash here in the streaming market, which is the way people watch TV now, basically.
Yeah.
Anything else? With Lizzie McGuire. The High School Musical doesn't excite me, but I'm sure it excites some people.
Yeah.
I'm sure a lot of people really. Especially because those people that were watching that as younger kids are now more adults, and nostalgia is going to be there. I'm not sure exactly who they're getting back, or if they're getting anybody back or anything like that. I'm sure they'll find somebody. What I find cool is on the road with Joe Rohde.
Mm-hmm.
Seems cool if you're like a Disney nerd. That's right up your alley. And then there's that behind the scenes documentary thing they're gonna do. I guess that's gonna be a show where we get to see behind the scenes of Imagineering.
Yes,
that's exciting. That looks like a pretty cool one.
Yeah, they made that big deal about the one. That was the secret announcement, the 1 day thing where they follow cast members around for a day or something.
Yeah. So
I mean that stuff.
We like things like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
One of the average subscribers to that will like that. I mean, some will, I guess. I don't.
Yeah, I mean it's typical. Like even Netflix, you just go through the documentaries you see, and you end up sitting there watching. I mean, I watched that documentary about the guy that makes sushi in Japan in the subway system, and I sat there for however long that was and watched it.
Yeah, well, I didn't watch that.
Something Jiro Dreams of Sushi or something it was called, something like that. But I mean,
if it's done well, you get wrapped into it.
Yeah, so anything really.
I would like to see. I talked about it on. I think it was like a listener question on a TTA one day. I thought it was interesting. I would like to see them open up a YouTube type of format on there where specifically people like us can post their shows. I think that'd be good for the community to really narrow it down. Like this is just Disney content, and like even if we had to pay a subscription price to be on it,
yeah, I'm sure
it'd be worth it to have your podcast up there, just be able to interact with other people.
Yeah,
kind of cut the cord a little shorter. Between us YouTubers, because the community, there's big. It's like any other community right now. There's bigger people and smaller people, but we all have the same passion and love for it. So it'd be interesting to see how that would work out. They kind of like, almost like Reddit style, I guess. I don't know how to explain what I'm trying to say, but you know what I mean. And there was a way you could just go on there and, Tim Tracker had a channel and this guy had a channel like we all do now. Just on the platform.
Yeah, it's just,
just promotes their product that much more. And I gotta be honest, the more I think about, the economy's good, so that's definitely a reason why the parks are busy and all that kind of thing. But I think the influx of Disney social media people are certainly attributing to.
Oh yeah,
this.
any video you watch on YouTube and they say Disney provided them with all this. Disney is.
Yeah, they're on
it. They're pushing that.
I wonder how big we gotta get before that happens to us. 10,000 subscribers, maybe?
Maybe.
We'll see. Because we're gonna get there. Anyway, anything else? What was I just seen you flick by the movie that they announced. that's going to be coming out for not Pixar but Disney. It's got a original animated movie. I just seen you go.
Which one? The
by-
I was just the Phineas and Ferb. There's that one too.
Oh, yeah,
but
Phineas, Phineas and Ferb's exciting.
That
No,
one.
yep, the Muppets have a show coming out. Let's not forget that.
I know what you're talking about. It was the
Actually, the Muppet Show. Let's stop for a second with that. That's interesting. 'Cause I guess it's going to be kind of the old format,
unscripted,
Muppet
which
Show.
looks very cool, and it's
and we love that. So that's awesome.
subtle thing.
But
Then there's
yeah,
the,
Disney had
the Jeff Goldblum show too.
I'm being very. There we go. So Raya, the Last Dragon. I don't know. We didn't really get too many details on this.
No.
But there's another movie announcement. So original animated movie. I don't think it's going to be 2D animation. I'm sure it's going to be of the likes of Frozen and things like that. But
I would like a nice
original
2D
story. Yeah,
animated movie
And
again.
why can't we just get a 2D like once every like 5 years?
Yeah, what was the last one really?
Or whatever the
Princess and
comfortable
Frog?
whatever the comfortable window is. If it's 7 years, a nice easy window. Whatever it is, once every that many years.
Yeah.
Because Princess and the Frog was awesome. I do think 2D outside the Disney community is kind of. There might be something to it in a way, in a sense that it would be get kind of dead. Because I don't think
Yeah.
Princess and the Frog did that well. But if you watch that movie, that's right up there with any Renaissance movie, in my opinion. That was a really good 2D movie.
Yeah, and you do hear a lot of people. I mean, they do put it in. I mean, it's her restaurant's on one of the. Is it on one or a couple of the cruise ships?
It's in New Orleans Square too, isn't it? And
Because she's on the. Her and the
Disneyland?
guy are on the boat in Disneyland, right? For
Yeah.
the meet and greet, they just announced something. One of the overseas parks is getting a spot themed for the Princess and the Frog. It seems like
yeah, I like it.
it definitely had its place.
It's fun. Has good music. You know.
It's got one of the coolest villains.
Yeah, it's got a really cool villain, who's represented in Descendants. He has a daughter in Descendants, so it's not like it's gone away.
Yeah, and then he's always in, like, even he was part of that villains after party, after hours thing. Like, he's always with the villains thing, so
Yeah.
it does have a place.
And the Descendants are have taken over my house over the last 2 weeks. By the way,
See, I'm not privy to
you're
that.
not gonna have to deal with that probably because, I don't know. Your boys might not be old enough. Oh yeah, you're the same age as I don't know.
Yeah, they're
It depends, I guess, what they're into. But Gracie, my 10-year-old niece, she put it on while Aria was over, and that was that. Now we're watching it 24/7.
they're into that Tots show on Disney Junior.
Yeah.
They're obsessed.
Which is fine because singing, dancing,
Yeah, I know.
promotes art.
I know all the music.
So I'm all right with it. But it's just funny. What else we got for Disney Plus? Anything else?
It was just that Jeff Goldblum show was the
Yeah.
what did he say in the thing? He doesn't know anything, and basically it's just, I guess it's kind of like a how's it made type of thing, where he just
No.
goes and he doesn't know whatever.
I was liking it. I was liking it to, and this is completely ignorant because I don't really even know. But when I first heard it, all I could think of was, is it like Jeff Goldblum version of Idiot Abroad? Is it gonna be something like that? But
I guess
what you
it
say
could
makes
be.
more sense, I think, because I don't think it's gonna be too comical. But who knows? And it's just another show to check out. So,
What else?
and then they kind of showed the format of how this is gonna be laid out. Laid out very similar to Netflix. In the kids category, you can actually pick I want Mickey Mouse. You hit Mickey Mouse. I want princesses. You hit princesses. It's very narrowed down to you just kind of see and click. So the search engine should be really, really easy for children, which is a plus. If a lot of people are going to be getting this because of their children.
Yeah.
So I can't see anything about this that makes me not 100% interested right now. And the other kind of big thing to some people is they're not gonna do a binge format. So each episode is gonna come out weekly, which is I find
I
kind
kind
of
of
interesting.
Because that's the way I tried to do. Well, that's the way I did Stranger Things. This last one, it's more satisfying to me to stretch it out.
Yeah, I was gonna say I like the idea of watching it weekly, but I also like the idea of you can choose to watch it weekly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because some people, I don't know. I get wrapped up in binging sometimes. I'm not a big
Yeah.
binger, but if I like the show, I get wrapped up into it a little bit.
Yeah, I understand it because a thing like the Stranger Things that comes out, people binge it, and you're only talking about it for a week.
Yeah.
At least this, they're probably they're trying to stretch out.
Yeah. It's
Make
smart.
more like
Keeps you
water cooler type
subscribed
talk.
Keeps the conversation going.
Yeah.
It's like my buddy, a friend of ours, said to me the other day, like, instead of going to work and talking, now people can go to work and talk about the 4 or 5 things that happened in the episode instead of going to work a week later and talking about the 4 or 5 things that happened for the whole season.
Yeah.
It's it's a micro. It's more on a micro level. So I think that's a good thing, and it's kind of like bringing back the old way we used to watch TV. So see how it goes, and if it doesn't go well, I'm sure they'll just give in and let people binge it. And you could always do it the opposite way too, and not watch for a while and be like, I'm gonna start Mandalorians in March when it's all done and watch them all.
Yeah.
So teach their own, but I get it. Other than that,
The only other one I noticed that was the Forky thing.
oh yeah, the Ask Forky.
Where Forky asks what is whatever.
Yeah, I wonder what that's gonna.
They seem like they're only a little short, but it seems interesting.
Yeah, but I think it's gonna be good to probably teach the kids and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that's cool. Maybe we'll get a Hocus Pocus sequel on this Disney Plus format.
Maybe. Yeah.
I heard some rumors, but nothing
Maybe.
confirmed there.
They wrote the book, so they already have the material.
Well, there you go. The source material is there.
Yeah.
And we all know Sarah Jessica Parker is always down to run amok whenever she gets a chance. Anyway, that's about it for Disney Plus. So we're going to stop the conversation right here. Once again, thank everyone for subscribing, comment what you're excited about on Disney Plus, and try to win the Cruella Pop Vinyl. And we're going to have a couple episodes out this week, a 2 or 3 part for D23. So that's our first one. And we will see y'all real soon.